Stop everything because Moureen Ngigi has just exploded online and fans are dragging her for destroying her own marriage, skipping church for a horse riding date and even faking her whole life with Commentator 254. And Moureen Ngigi is not holding back anymore. One bold fan dared to say, "Why destroy your marriage? Go back," and Moureen fired back with pure rage. "You all better stop this. I am tired of this bullshit. Don't judge my journey if you have never walked in my shoes." What she said next will leave you shocked. You need to hear this. The internet has been very ruthless to Moureen Ngigi ever since her breakup with popular YouTuber Commentator 254 was announced after more than 3 years together. The claws have now come out. Fans have been absolutely savage. They are questioning everything about her new lifestyle, her fashion choices, even criticizing her for missing church to go on a horse riding date. Can you believe the audacity? But here is where it gets more intense. One particular comment crossed the line and Moureen Ngigi's response was legendary. You have to understand the context here. Moureen had previously revealed on their podcast that trust issues and insecurity had strained their relationship with Commentator, even admitting to going through her phone and Instagram DMs. This wasn't just any ordinary relationship drama. This was a woman who had been dealing with serious trust violations, and now strangers on the internet think they can just tell her to go back. The tension is building up. The pressure is mounting on Moureen Ngigi, and the explosion suddenly happened through her Instagram platform. Here comes the moment you have all been waiting for. But let's break this down because the response is layered with so much meaning, so much pain, and so much strength. First, you all better stop this. This isn't just a request. This is a command. She is drawing a line in the sand and saying enough is enough. Then comes the raw emotion. I am tired of this bullshit. Can you hear the exhaustion in the statement? The frustrations that Moureen Ngigi is having. And this woman has been carrying the weight of public judgment while dealing with her own personal struggles. But wait, there are more shocking revelations coming that will change everything you thought you knew. What people don't understand is that Moureen Ngigi's journey has been anything but easy. During their relationship, Moureen Ngigi revealed how she used to question how Commentator was treating her. Imagine being in a relationship where you're constantly walking on eggshells, where your partner is so insecure that he goes through your Instagram DMs and even messages the people texting you back, looking at signs of infidelity. This woman was living in a goldfish bowl with every move of hers scrutinized and every conversation being monitored and every friendship being questioned. And now, after finally finding the courage to leave that situation, strangers on the internet have the nerve to tell her she destroyed her marriage. The hypocrisy is staggering. The lack of empathy is mind-blowing. But here is what makes her response even more powerful. Don't judge my journey if you have never walked in my shoes. And this isn't just about relationship. This is about life. This is about universal experience and being judged by people who have no clue what you have been through. But the drama doesn't stop there. The internet detectives have been so busy. They're analyzing her every Instagram post, dissecting her fashion choices, and get this, they are outraged that she went horse riding instead of going to church. Can you imagine this? A grown woman choosing how to spend her Sunday, and people are losing their mind over it. This is where the misogyny becomes crystal clear. When a man changes his lifestyle after breakup, he finds himself or living his best life, but when a woman does it, she's changed, she's lost her way, or she has been pretending all along. They're saying that she was hiding and pretending during her relationship with Commentator, but what if she was actually suppressing parts of herself to fit into someone else's idea of what we should and what we should not be? The plot thickens, and even more, you won't believe what critics are saying about her fashion choices. Now they're coming for her fashion sense. Suddenly, everyone's a stylist, everyone's a fashion expert. They are questioning her new looks, her confidence, her entire aesthetic transformation. But here is what they don't understand. Fashion is an expression, fashion is freedom, and fashion is a way of telling the world who you are without saying a word. After years of potentially conforming to someone else's expectations, Moureen Ngigi is finally dressing for herself. She's expressing her personality, her style, and her truth. And the hate she's receiving from internet critics, they completely hate that she's no longer subdued, questioned, or being monitored. Why do people feel the need to police a woman's choice after a breakup? Why is this a desperate need to maintain this status quo? It's about control. It's about the discomfort that comes when someone breaks free from the narrative that others have written for themselves. The couple shared a son together and had been in a relationship since 2022, which means there were real emotions, real connections, and real history involved. This wasn't some casual fling, but instead of respecting the complexity of human relationship, instead of showing empathy of these two people navigating a difficult situation, the internet mob decided to play judge and jury. They want Moureen to shrink back, to apologize, to beg for forgiveness, to return to a situation that was clearly not working for her and for her mental health and happiness. But she said no. She drew the line, she fought back. But here is the shocking truth about what really happened in the relationship that nobody is talking about. Here's what makes Moureen Ngigi's response even more powerful when you know the full context. Moureen Ngigi was dealing with Commentator, a partner who had his own insecurities, his own flaws, his own rules, and their own way of dealing and working in the relationship. Moureen Ngigi and Commentator decided to do or live life the way they needed to do. Commentator even admitted to this behavior, confessing that the insecurity had pushed him to monitor her phone and comb through her WhatsApp chats, looking for signs of infidelity. Now, imagine living in that environment for years, constantly feeling watched, constantly having your privacy invaded, and constantly being treated like a suspect in your own relationship. And then, after finding the strength to leave the toxic dynamic, having strangers on the internet tell you to go back. The trauma that must trigger the flashbacks to feeling controlled and monitored. Moureen Ngigi's response isn't just about her personal situation. It's becoming a rally cry for women everywhere who are tired of being told what to do in their lives. Don't judge my journey if you have never walked in my shoes. They should be on billboards. These should be taught in schools. This should be the response to everyone's person who thinks they have the right to dictate how someone else lives their life. A horse riding adventure that caused such controversies. That's a woman reclaiming her right to choose how she spends her time. Her fashion transformation that has people so pressed, and that's a woman discovering who she is outside of someone else's expectation. Her missing church for personal activities, that's a woman making her own spiritual and lifestyle choices. Every single thing they have criticized her for is actually evidence of her growth, her healing, her journey, and towards authentic self-experiences. The response to Moureen's clapback has been explosive and social media is divided, but one thing is clear, she's not backing down anytime soon. As the CEO of Bosch Chic Collections and digital creators with over 153k followers, Moureen Ngigi is building her empire, focusing on her business and raising her son. She's showing the world that you don't need to justify your choices to people who haven't lived your experiences. Her message is resonating with thousands of women who have felt the pressure to stay in situations that weren't serving them just to avoid judgment. This isn't just a celebrity drama. This is a movement. This is about understanding and standing up to critics, the shamers, and the people who think they own your narrative. Moureen Ngigi has become the voice for every woman who has ever been told that she has changed too much, or who has ever been criticized for choosing herself, or who have ever been ashamed for walking away from whatever wasn't working. Her journey is far from over, and something tells me this is just the beginning of her transformation. The queen has spoken, the boundaries have been set, and the haters, well, they better find something else to do because Moureen Ngigi is done playing their games. What do you think? Was her response justified? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe. For more explosive celebrity drama and inspiring stories of women standing up for themselves, the revolution starts with one voice, and today, the voice began with Moureen Ngigi.